This is a bedtime yin yoga practice for when you want to unwind in the evening after a busy day and get ready for a good night's sleep. Let's go ahead and begin in child's pose. With your knees maybe hips width apart or a little wider, whatever feels good right now. Dropping your forehead down. Arms just gently stretched out in front of you. And feel your breath as it comes into your back body. And exhale and soften and relax. Feel your spine lengthen. Inhale again into the whole back body. And this time open the mouth. Once again, inhale. Exhale. And coming up to hands and knees to just wiggle our way into a wider knee position, which might be a tadpole pose, which is kind of between child's pose and frog pose. Or if you want to go for a fuller stretch, then your knees will come wider than your mat, and your feet might even come wider than your mat, but that's up to you. And then if the floor feels like it's pretty hard underneath your knees, you can take your cushion or your blanket underneath your knees. Making sure that you spread it out wide enough to accommodate how wide your knees want to go. Some people like to use a bolster under the belly, under the chest, or under the hips. Feel free to prop yourself as you wish. Adjust the way that your hips are. Maybe they're a little farther back. Maybe they're a little farther forward. The angles are completely customizable so that you get a good stretch that doesn't feel too intense. Feeling this in the inner thighs. Breathing. As you exhale, softening into it a little bit more. And just remember, if this feels too intense, you have the option to back it up to go to that tadpole pose, which is your wide knee child's pose. Softening into your breath. And slowly coming up out of frog pose onto hands and knees and making your way forward onto your belly for a rest. Resting the forehead on top of stacked hands. And as you rest and rebound here, feel these sensations in your inner legs, inner thighs. Feel your belly breathing against the earth. And releasing, pressing up and back to hands and knees and making your way into puppy pose. Reach your arms out in front, sink your heart down toward the ground. Softening into the shoulders, the armpits, the ribs. Option 2, rest your forehead down on the floor or on top of a block. And breathe, inhaling into your ribs. And as you exhale, feel this middle part of the spine softening toward the heart. Breathing, softening. And slowly releasing, coming back up to hands and knees and taking some easy cat and cows. Let's round the spine to begin. And drop the ribs, come into a back bend and lift your gaze. And exhaling, rounding. And inhaling, lifting the gaze, shoulders rolling back. And exhaling to round. Good, let's bring the spine back to neutral now and come into thread the needle pose, lifting your left arm up into the air. And as you exhale, slide the left arm under the right, bringing the outside of the left shoulder to the ground. Softening into this twist in the spine, maybe feeling some stretch in the outer left shoulder blade. Taking a breath into the spine and exhale. Continuing to soften and rest and relax here. And slowly unwinding, come back up to hands and knees. And let's bring it to the other side, right arm lifting up and sliding underneath the left. Left arm walking up above the head on the ground, palm can be down or whatever feels good. Finding the angles of the pose that feel good in your body. And breathing. and slowly unwinding and coming to rest in child's pose. Breathing in child's pose. And coming up to hands and knees, and tuck your toes under, coming into downward dog. Take a moment to just walk the feet, pedaling, lengthening one leg and then the other. And now dropping the knees and coming into sleeping swan pose. Slide your right knee forward, turn on the shin, and lift up through the chest as you take an inhaling breath and exhaling, come forward onto elbows or all the way onto your forehead, whatever feels good and whatever gives you the stretch that feels good in your outer right hip, right glutes. Feel free to shift your hips right to left to find that stretch. And slowly coming up, slowly stepping back to downward dog, tucking the back toes, lifting up the hips, and taking the other leg forward, left knee, and lifting up through the chest, finding your moment of back bending here. And now we can come forward onto the elbows or all the way onto forehead. And as you rest here, start to feel your breath, taking an inhale into the hips, the glutes, the pelvis. Exhaling, softening hips, glutes, pelvis, left side. And slowly coming out of the pose, tucking the toes, stepping back to downward dog. Maybe walking out the feet, feeling the right hip and the left hip now. And let's drop it down into child's pose. Hips coming back toward the heels, forehead to the earth. And coming up and sitting with both legs in front of you for caterpillar. Coming upright with your spine. Feel free to use a cushion under your seat as you come forward, hands on the shins, the floor, maybe reaching to the feet. Your feet could be right in against each other or a little wider, maybe hips width, or wider, as wide as your mat. And you might enjoy some kind of support under your head, like a bolster that rests on your legs or a stack of pillows, or widening your legs a little and using blocks. Some people prefer to hang and they get a better stretch and they like that, and others feel like some support is really important. So Whichever one is your preference is the right one for this practice. Let's take a breath into the spine, into the back of the legs. And as you exhale, soften into this pose. Relax your whole back body. And slowly releasing and slowly come onto your back for a rebound. Resting and feeling the effects of the pose. 1 full minute here with your arms and legs spread out as much as they'd like to spread out. Feeling the sensations in the body that are happening right now, and feeling your breath as it moves in and out of your body. And now bending your knees, hugging them into your chest, gently rocking side to side. Roll all the way over to one side, come up to sitting, and let's take it into Dragonfly pose. Wide legs. It can be super wide or medium wide. It's really up to you and what works in your body. And we get a stretch in the inner thighs and in the backs of the legs and maybe the back of the torso as well. Keep in mind, it's not about getting the legs as wide as possible. It's about getting these areas of stretch in a way that feels good. Because this practice, in case you haven't noticed yet, is all about feeling good. And I never understand, sometimes people call yin yoga painful. Some teachers use that kind of language, that the poses should hurt in some kind of way or be difficult. And that's just that's not what it is for me. Let's just put it that way. And maybe it's not what it is for you either if you are one of the people who follows me. So some people like to have something under their elbows here, a cushion, a couple of blocks, or some people's elbows rest on the ground. And again, support under the head is an option here. A couple of blocks stacked under your head, or a stack of pillows. And taking a breath in and exhale. And slowly coming up, and while we're here with the legs in this wide position, let's just take a little bit of side bending. So your right hand comes down your leg, your left shoulder rolls back, your gaze can turn up toward the sky, and take your left arm up and over and just stretching into the side body. You might come farther over and reach toward the foot, or you might not. Lengthening, breathing into the left side of the ribs, the left side of the waist, and the left side of the armpit, shoulder. And slowly coming back up, back to the center. And sliding the left hand down toward the left foot. Roll your right shoulder back. Take the right arm up and over, finding your angle. It's not about getting close to the foot. It's about feeling this stretch all along the right side of the torso. Breathing steady. And slowly releasing back up to the center, and make your way down onto your back for one more rebound. And we're headed into a twist after that, but let's just be right here, right now in this rebound. Inhale, exhale. Feeling your legs, hips, inner thighs, side bodies. After that, dragonfly and side dragonfly. And now bending the knees, hugging them into your chest, wrapping the arms around, gently rocking side to side. And we are gonna come into a spinal twist with both knees over to the right. Extend your left arm out to the left, right hand on the outer knee, left knee or left thigh. Making any final adjustments to your positioning, to your angles, and take a deep breath in and let it go. Breathing and softening into the twist. And slowly releasing, knees up to the center. Touch the feet down, shift sides, hips to the right, knees to the left, right arm out to the right side. And inhaling into your twisted ribs, your belly, your low back, your spine. Exhale, relaxing ribs, belly, back, spine. Softening with every breath, letting every exhale be an opportunity to soften a little bit more. And releasing, come back up to center, straightening out your body and hugging both knees in toward the chest. And as you hug the knees in, lift your head up toward your knees, reach down and hold the bottoms of the feet for happy baby pose. Turn the soles of your feet up to the sky and rest your head back down. Happy baby pose. Breathing into this. If it feels good to move, some people like to rock side to side, right to left. Some people like to extend one leg and then the other. Let yourself be a baby here. Exploring and enjoying your body. Breathing into your body. And releasing your legs, extend along the ground, come into Shavasana. Spread your arms and legs out as much as you'd like. Make yourself comfortable and cozy. If you want to add your blanket on top of you, which is what I want to do, maybe a pillow under your knees or under your head or both. Tuck yourself in. Maybe this is the time you tuck yourself into bed. Wouldn't that be nice? Because that's what this is all about. And once you have settled into your Shavasana sleeping pose, inhale, fill your whole body, open your mouth to exhale. Inhale. One more of those. And now just letting yourself rest and soften and melt and float in a cloud of whatever sensations you're feeling, whatever energy is alive in your body now, whatever you're feeling. taking a deeper breath into your belly, into your heart. And exhaling, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretching the arms out over the head. And from here, I'll leave you to transition into your next move on your own. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.